Okay. So, can I name your name or like your first name? Can I name it?
Yeah, Boris is fine. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Boris. So, we're going to do my first soul plan reading in English. I'm going to read yours. I try at least, and I'm just going to give for everyone who doesn't know this. So the idea is this. Everyone has like a soul plan, which is a certain parameters for which the person is kind of born with, and that's their mission on this earth, kind of. And the conditioning that we experience from childhood and surrounding and society sometimes pushes us to do things which are not necessarily in accordance or very much compatible with our soul plan. And by knowing the soul plan, you can avoid battling with these things endlessly, sometimes for centuries. 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And so by knowing it, you can kind of relax into it and really understand what would be more beneficial for you to do in comparison to something else. So I see a lot of fighting between people with their conditioned mind and their soul plan. For example, just one example short, there is a guy who is very conditioned into kind of like this manifestation mindset. But when I read his soul plan, it was obvious he needs to go a completely different route, but he's still kind of battling it. So he at some point needs to decide, okay, I'm going to let it go. And instead of pushing for something that really doesn't work, to try a different route. And, that's up to each being to reflect and consider when the time is to maybe try something new. So why would you like to know your soul plan, Boris?
Well, that's one of the most important things in life, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which one of it is the different story. I think it's very important. Doing what your soul wants to do is the main thing, right? About 80% of people are unhappy at work, and basically just selling their time, their life to stay in mediocre life. So yeah, like profession, I'd say it's very important, and the way you're moving in life as well. So yeah, I think it's very important. Now, how accurate it's gonna be and and everything, it's a different story. But I'm trying I'm willing to try and see.
Okay. What are some of the major events in your life where you feel this has had a strong effect on you? Can you name some of the things?
Yeah. So I've been a weird child all my life, unusual. Let's put it this way. And at the age of 35, I read The Power of Now. And
okay.
That been a major event in my life. That book explained a lot of what was going on with me when I was a kid, before puberty, because I'd get into nirvana a lot of times in a deep blissful states. I had the kundalini jolts and everything that nobody could explain what it is, and so just live with it, being sensitive to everything, unfairness especially. So and yeah, I've been on a path. Yoga was a good big shift for me as well. The biggest shifts happened just recently. I've been the big thing, I've broke the alcoholic narrow bridge. finally.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand this. What kind of bridge?
Yeah. I stopped being an alcoholic.
Alcoholic. Okay. Yes.
Alcohol. Yeah. And a few days later, I, so happens, diagnosed myself with ADHD or
Okay.
ADD. Yes. So that was, I think that's major. Wow. After reading so many books, at my age, all of a sudden realize, hey, you have an undiagnosed and untreated case of ADHD. Awesome. On one hand, it felt like I lost my identity, my uniqueness, let's put it this way. At another hand, hey, it's nothing special. It's just 4.4% of population with such tendencies, and I'm not special, just average, with its pluses and minuses that ADD comes with. But on another hand, hey, I got myself a manual. This disorder was diagnosed since 1902. So it's 120 years of documentation, field to swim in. So I figured that it'll take me about a couple of years to get on a little things of.
I sense is acceptance by society or parents an issue?
No. Parents are good. My mom has ADD as well. I'm pretty sure not diagnosed.
Okay.
That most commonly comes through the parents. No, they're great. Parents are good. My life was tough, not fun, not fun. Although looking at it from the mature age, but it's been fun. I couldn't ask for more. I lived on Caspian Sea, east side, west side, sand and everything for a boy. It's like, whoa, Capitan Crusoe, but Robinson Crusoe. And then on the west side of Caspian Sea, the city, we had the house with the yard, so climbing the trees and everything. Just for a boy, it was a very fun neighborhood, fun childhood.
How did you come to the idea of coming to the conclusion that you have ADD or ADHD?
It's the same thing. It used to called ADD, attention difficulty disorder, and nowadays the more correct ways is attention difficulty hypertension disorder. ADHD.
Okay,
but it's synonymous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't make a mistake. So how did you come to? You must have had already some hint, or come by it by accident. How did this happen?
Yeah, it happened. I guess accidentally. Yonij, I feel like some force is moving me. So a few days before that, I finally broke the alcoholic bridge, and that was a major.
That's major, yes.
Thing after 25 years of drinking daily, heavily.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, and for your students or conversion, the best way to break this addiction is the Sinclair method. I'm giving it away to the world. Sinclair method. Yeah, Sinclair method. I don't remember the name of the doctor. There is a wonderful documentary about 40 minutes long on YouTube called One Little Pill. That's about this method. Okay,
so if anybody is addicted to alcohol, you recommend the Sinclair method that really worked for you?
Well, it will work for everybody if you follow the rules. Yeah, it's the easiest and the best way, because you're not just abstaining from drinking. No. You learn to hate it, and you just don't want it. So
I have an idea. Just I want to throw something out there, and I don't even know what you do as business, but I'm gonna, before I know it, I'm just gonna ask you, what would happen? How would you feel if you helped other alcoholics with the Sinclair method?
Well, actually, I was gonna talk about it. That's one of the things that I really enjoy and passionate about in my life, to helping people. And even those who don't really ask for help, like right now I'm on parking lot in front of my friend's house, and I'm like, okay, dude, you're taking the vitamins and minerals because it's important, especially right now in this situation of his life,
right?
And it's like, yeah, you know how it's always, yeah, I should maybe sometime. Like, okay, dude, I'm getting you this pill tray, weekly pill tray that I have laying around. It's new. I'm putting a bunch of my minerals, and I think that's what's important. I mean, it's, zinc, magnesium, multivitamins and stuff. We're not gonna go there, but it's a good complex. And so brought it in. I was like, try it for a week, see if there's a difference and what's not. And it's not only about drinking or smoking or physically. I could be a trainer. I could be a yoga instructor. That'd be cool too. Although I do not feel that I qualify as a master, so I could do fun.
Right, but that's not, it doesn't necessarily have to be master. The reason I asked you, because I wanted to feel a little bit how your energy responds to it, because what I feel is that, you know, these things like alcoholism and the fact that you were able to heal it has a meaning. Of course, there are synchronicities, the fact that you already had spiritual experiences when you were young, so a lot of these things have some stronger meaning. And I wanted to see, because I felt there was a little bit of an uplift of energy when we started speaking about, you know, the idea of maybe helping others with alcohol and your own journey with the alcohol. So I was curious whether the energy kind of opens up when we talk about this. And then you said you like to help people in any case.
No, well, the alcohol is just one part of it, So usually somebody would need much more than just alcohol help. Okay, alcohol is one part. Smoking. So let's put it this way. Yeah, I'm a weird yogi. You can call me that. So I do. Right now I don't do much. Okay, but say a couple of years ago, I'd be doing. Or 10 years ago. No, 15 years ago. No, not 15, but let's say 10 years ago, I'd be doing yoga, serious yoga. Oh, by the way, Isha Foundation, Sadhguru.
Okay.
Well, by the way, yoga is freaking awesome. That gotta give it to you. I did listen to your videos, obviously, and I have to agree with you, by the way. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. But it's definitely a great experience. By the way, I have to put Isha Foundation as a big things in my life as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and even though I'm a bad student and I'm not following the what's advised, or I'm doing it in my own way, you know. But still, let's put it this way. So I'm doing yoga, serious yoga. Diet is good, you know, very healthy. Barbells training in
the gym.
In a gym, and additional gym for boxing. Right, so three physical activities at the same time.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, and at the same time, about half a liter of hard liquor, mostly brandy, about 4 to 6 cans of beer to chase it down, pack of cigarettes a day, and cannabis. Yeah, cannabis. Without cannabis, the drinking goes twice. Goes through the roof. Not good. And so, deal with that. Yogi gives you all kind of advices about diet, physical exercises, nervous system, blah, 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 blah. Yet, look at himself, right? He talks about meditation. And yeah, I do meditate, but probably being HD. It's basically ADD is the chronic lack of dopamine or scarcity of dopamine. And that explains.
Can I ask you a question before I forget? I would like to know. Sorry to interrupt. What I would like to know.
No, do it, please, because I can get it away.
Okay. Since you said your childhood was pretty good, you were in the Caspian Sea.
It was stressful but fun.
It was stressful but fun. Because usually alcohol. I don't know about nicotine so much, but alcohol is often a way to suppress anger in the liver. Do you feel that there was any anger, or what made you go into alcohol?
I'd have to say, like, after stress of day, this and that. Again, it's HDAD. It's a hyperactive brain. Basically, and again, the lack of dopamine is partially the reason for it. Well, again, I'm upping up my dopamine nowadays with Wim Hof cold showers. Well, I've done a bunch of stuff. Yoga, Alexander technique, by the way. Give it to the world, Alexander.
So let me ask a general question. Do you feel that the things you do in terms of spirituality and the supplements and everything that you do is kind of in order to manage the ADHD?
No. Well, again, the knowledge about ADHD happened maybe a few weeks ago, just recently.
So you think as a child you were not ADHD, but later?
Oh yeah, I was. I was not diagnosed, and I haven't heard about this condition at all.
Okay.
Just a hyper child, Didn't like too much sitting in the same spot. Hated school because it's boring. Now again, ADD, the specialty is that if it's something boring, if it doesn't intrigue you, you have a really, really difficult time concentrating on it. It's like reading a paragraph, and it's like, what the heck did I just read? Let's go again.
Okay, it reminds me a little bit of Andrew Tate, who says if he gets bored, he cannot stand it. He needs to do something.
Yes.
So this is interesting.
But if it intrigues you, you go all in.
Okay.
Unstoppable.
Okay. So,
yes.
Okay, this is interesting.
So the trick is for ADD, find something that intrigues you, and then you just go.
Okay.
And so my big thing was, it's ADD. At least I know how to deal with it to make myself move, and I know how to trick my body to.
And from what I understood, even if you follow Eckhart Tolle or Mooji or any of these, then the ADHD is still there. You still have that energy.
It's not I don't know if it's an energy. It's just all right. What ADHD, right? The certain parts of the brain do not get enough of dopamine to get in a gear, to click in a gear, right? Imagine you have a BMW M3 or some crazy Ferrari, but you do not know how to drive it. And it's crazy. If you're a novice driver, you're gonna mess it up.
Right.
Pardon my English. You're gonna mess it up really easily. I mean, let's say two novice drivers, and they just learning to drive a car. One gets the Ferrari, another one gets Toyota Camry, right? So the driver with Toyota Camry, it's a lot calmer. It's easier to drive around, to do tasks than Ferrari. Yet, if you willing to explore the full potential of Ferrari, you can get somewhere. So again, it comes with the price.
Do you feel that this energy, that you're fighting with it, or is it more like you come to terms with it and you find your outlet?
No, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find that peace, the tranquility. Like when I was a kid, and I'd find myself in a good atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly when I'm alone and nobody's gonna bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd become very peaceful. It's basically,
Okay, so when you what happens now when you're alone? Do you get more peaceful, or is it just different?
No. The Kundalini and the peacefulness went away after puberty, which
Ah,
is, as I read, on about 80% of the cases.
okay,
Mine.
because the libido energy becomes this kind of driving force and probably shoots up all the time.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it's overdoing with the sexual energy in that age.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that has to do with it. But yeah, after that, it slowly went away. And now, if I'm alone, I'm alone. Doesn't change much. Obviously, it's kind of calmer. But yeah, now again, I read The Power of Now 15 years ago, and it made a lot of sense to me. Explain a lot, just a lot. And I thought the trick there, just find this piece. Basically, concentrate your attention on consciousness, attention, and then you go deeper.
What happens? Have you ever tried the Bija mantras, especially for the upper chakras, or in general, the Lam Vam Ram Yam Ham Om Mang?
No, I haven't. I've done meditation on Satana Mara. That was interesting, but mostly, my meditations, which are not regular, I have to give it that. I kind of tend to meditate as I go, Alexander technique or something like that.
Okay.
Not something like that.
I would be interested, apart from soul reading, I would be interested to know what the Bija mantras do with you, because they allow to kind of reset the chakras and to kind of like relax them, and then the energy will flow differently. So the Bija mantras that I don't know if I think I have a video for them, the Lam Vam Ram Yam Ham Om Ang, and you do them all individually. And you can do them very powerfully if you like to. Some do it quiet, some do it loud, and then it kind of like resets how the energy flows, because it kind of harmonizes the physical field from inside more. It's like I always say it's like a massage from the inside, so that the prana can flow differently. So it could release also some blockages that are not easily releasable through other means. So yeah.
Go ahead.
Give the Bija mantras a try. Now, one thing is clear, and this I don't have a clear feeling yet about your soul plan, but one thing is clear, that it's all about this extra energy. And I say energy because I don't see this so clinically. I mean, you explained to me this thing with the dopamine and everything, but the effect is really that you have this kind of like restlessness where you feel, okay, there's a lot of energy, it needs to be somehow directed. And
yes, but at the same time, I am huge procrastinator, as of all ADHDers, basically.
Okay.
So I get the plan, but it doesn't come to the fruition. Short example, simple. I was working at the bank, US bank, in 2008, the financial crash, right?
Right.
Bank stocks went pretty low, more than 50%. Yet I knew, working at the bank, this bank did not have those volatile stocks, investments, and the stock went down just because of everybody's hype,
Right.
common hype.
Right.
So I'm working at the bank, just get your butt down from 26th floor to second floor, actually. And there is a huge office of the bank. Walk in, hey, I work here. Why don't I get 50 grand of loan and I would like to invest it in banks stock, right? Of course, it'd be just a piece of cake. They would do it for me. I'm employee, everything, no financial history, or it'd be a piece of cake.
Right.
Just do it.
Right.
2 months later, yes, it's 100% up.
Yeah.
It's a way where it was. Why didn't you do it, right? And I was like, yeah, I will. Let me finish this. I'm a software engineer.
Okay.
Let me finish this task. And
have you always been a software engineer?
Well, for 22 years.
Okay.
But about job as well. I'm unemployed right now, and I'm not sure if
that's the right way to go.
Yes. On one hand, what else can I do? On another hand, software engineering is depend on a situation. I am a people pleaser, as most of the ADDers. Well, I don't even have to talk about my personal thing. It's just ADD. Read about it. That's all about me. Almost all.
Now,
what
I'm thinking is, it's an interesting story about when the banks collapsed, and you talked about the opportunity, because that would mean, if that kind of is the regular program that you have, there's no point fighting it. In my view, there's no point fighting it, and there's no point in also being like, oh, I wish I had done that, like regrets. There's absolutely no point.
Well, yeah, no, it's kind of like, why didn't you do it? Just half an hour.
Yeah, but now comes the interesting part. That's part of the parameters of your soul plan. So, I would even go so far to say that something within you is trying to make you avoid this. That doesn't mean you need to fight it, because that's the mistake that most people do. It means actually that you need to go a different direction. So maybe just the pure financial part of it, because it's literally just the example you gave me is just about financial gain, is not your soul plan. So I would not try to focus on anything. It seems to me that is not the way to go. And maybe because you were a software engineer in finance for bank.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it feels to me. Give me a second. I need to go into my silence in order to read. I want to go into the thing with boxing. What made you start boxing?
I was driven to it. For some reason, I'm not a fan of a team sport such as football, hockey, basketball, and such. But I like wrestling, boxing is fun. Barbell, I find it fun for some reason. Maybe because my dad liked it. I don't know.
Okay, so you have a lot of I would call it like masculine alpha power, which you like to control yourself. You don't like others in the team in terms of like you want to have full control.
You know what? When it comes to boxing, it's I know what you mean. It's like a lot of people go into those sports to learn how to fight, and unfortunately, in my days, I fought a lot. Again, I have a very sensitive attitude toward unfairness.
I understand.
When a week gets and. And I got my butt kicked many times. My dad wouldn't let me go to boxing or karate because they punch you in the head. It's not good for you.
Oh, okay.
But judo, wrestling, he let me go. And I enjoy it. I hate fighting, but I enjoy it when there are rules and, hopefully you're not going to hurt anyone. But that part, I go for boxing just because I like it. That type of exercise, it's really good from yogic point of view. spine is just twisting, and it's just a awesome 1.5 hour cardio.
Okay.
And then after that, it's just a whole thing. Now,
now you.
No, it's not for the. I can kick butt. It's not the interesting part. No.
When. Given that you're a software engineer for something fairly complicated, that would mean that you also have like a strong intellect, in the sense that if you were just to do sports, it would not be enough, right?
I'd still tinker with mechanical and electrical and programming. You see, the thing is, for me, like software engineer, it's interesting. It's complicated. It's complicated task. However, it's depend on an end result, right? When I work on a project that is commercial, you don't see your clients. You program something, it went away.
Right.
Users come back not to comment how great it is, but with the problems or wishes for features or what's not. You don't hear any thanks back, and so that's a dull job. Yeah, you just follow the protocol. This needs to be done. Now, another case is when I work for internal application, when I communicate to users, and I'm like, hey, let me see how you work, what you do during your day. I spend five minutes seeing the operations of the user of operator. And hey, you know what? I could shave you off 3 clicks here with introduction of this feature. And so this way you don't have to do this repetitive move. How about that? Yeah, sounds great. I do this and person's happy. It's like, oh wow, make somebody's life easier. That's the thanks that I get. That's what gets me moving. So it depends. What do I do? Yeah.
How about adventure? When I say, because my first question would be, and I don't mean this badly, it's just like a, how do you say, like a testing question. Do you feel bored?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah,
Sometimes.
not often lately. Basically, again, I find myself with internet. Boy, try to get bored. There are things to.
So it's not like you're bored with life.
Yes, I'm bored with life,
You're
but
bored with life. Okay.
not on regular basis. Yeah,
okay.
Of course,
And
seeing places. Like I have a friend who invited me to camp, and it was a lovely experience. Partially why I love freedom, and it's like, hey, in the morning, what do you think we should pack up and get going? What are the plans? Whenever we feel like. Heck yeah, that's my type of thing. Whenever we feel like, just take it easy, enjoy scenery. Not to plan. Okay, 9 o'clock, we're moving. 9 or so, we're there, and nah, just take it easy, enjoy. That's what we're here for. So.
So that was almost answered my next question, because that was, how do you feel about adventure? So my question is, what would happen if you would suddenly quit everything and just travel the world? How would you feel about that?
It would be awesome. It would be awesome. Now, there are certain things. Now, see, I quit drinking, say, a couple of months ago. Where I didn't quit, I stopped. It's a different thing. Now, many people do not understand it. Understanding is one thing. Realizing and kind of adopting it is another. I knew that drinking is bad for as long as I've been drinking. It's expensive, bad for your health. You behave like an asshole. Blah, 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 blah. Nothing good about it, really. Yet, breaking that narrow connection bridge is the different story. It's like right now, I'm not an alcoholic, but I'm not like those AAA or meetings where they try all their life just sustain from alcohol, not move closer. See, for me, it's not like that. I don't care. I've drunk since that. I mean, like I've come to boxing. Still worn out after that. And it was a celebration, one more year of the boxing, blah, blah, blah. And so there was a little bit of alcohol. I didn't realize it was alcohol. I thought it was coffee. I drank it. It's like, oh, by the way, I stopped drinking. Right? Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. But you see, okay, I finished the drink. No problem. I don't want any more. I don't care. I can drink. You don't have to hide alcohol from me. You can put it on my table. I don't care anymore. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I call complete understanding.
Yes.
I don't need it. I don't want it. It's fine. I went through the pain.
That's like the people who stop smoking and they did it in a way somehow that they detest the cigarette.
Yes, actually, when it comes to smoking, my recommendation to the whole world would be Alan Carr, easy way to stop smoking.
Alan Carr?
Alan Carr, yes.
Okay.
British dude. He died already, but his books are awesome, easy to read, fun. Like, let's say, if you ever smoked, say, I would recommend this book to smokers. It's like, hey, I quit 10 years ago and I don't smoke for 10 years. No, it doesn't matter. If you ever been a smoker, you find this book amazing, at least. A lot of fun, educational, and if you're a smoker right now.
Boris,
yes,
I have a question. I have something that I see a little bit. What if I'm just putting it out there and you react for me to it? What if you traveled the world, okay, you quit everything, and on the side, and you do, whatever you want in traveling, whether it's sports, whatever it is, or sightseeing, whatever you feel like, and on the side, maybe even online, you teach people with even with personal coaching online, maybe also sometimes when you travel that you make like a presentation, for people that if you did show them how to stop smoking or alcoholic consumption. So because I feel in your soul plan, you already have done a lot. And what is clear is that you've come with this, I'm just going to call it energy, okay? I don't want to label it like ADHD or something. You came with a certain energy to this earth, and you've learned to manage this energy, and this energy brought you also into constructive but also destructive behaviors. And the destructive behaviors you kind of started to manage and also heal. Okay, so you kind of learned where to put this energy and where not. And now I feel like now you can start to use it even more constructively, but you must be in a position where I would say in order for the soul plan to continue developing, kind of where you're not restricted with the energy. And and now you can give me a little bit of feedback. I feel that maybe in the programming, because I know as a past programmer, self-taught, I know that one has to spend a lot of time in front of the computer.
I'm a self-taught too.
Oh, okay. If you spend a lot of time in front of the computer, then you don't get to express the energy anytime you want, like you want to. Is that something that resonates with you somehow?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I could. You see, I've been obviously thinking about it, and when I realized that ADD, a diagnose for myself, and I haven't been diagnosed professionally, I don't think I will.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, especially if you yourself are very self-reflective, you know a lot of spiritual stuff, obviously. You've helped yourself in many things. There's no need for Western medicine to fuck it up even more. So they would just describe pills or whatever. So, and that's you don't seem to be in the position that you need really help from the outside, and that makes it also very special because most people need help from the outside. I mean, of course you got help, through the books, whatever you did there, maybe seminar, but you weren't like, okay, I need to go to AAA and they're gonna fix me.
Yeah. No, I like it myself. I like to do it myself.
You're autodidact. You're complete autodidact, which means that in everything you do, kind of, that's the feeling I get. Also with the programming, with helping yourself and everything. And I feel that's a very powerful position to be in, because most people are not in the position. They cannot help themselves. So in your soul plan is definitely, you have the intellect that was given to you as well, and the energy. So I feel like it just needs to explode even more, in the sense the options. So you're not confined to a certain job in front of the PC.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. About the soul plan, I feel like I destined to awaken my Kundalini. Again, I've experienced that energy, and I've experienced it. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure I want it fully flourished.
Yes.
However, again, 25 years of heavy drinking will hold you back, and it will probably, from my research, I'm taking a couple of months, so it takes about 6 months to recover the nervous system.
Okay. Yeah.
From such alcoholism. So it's 2 months now, 4 more months. Like right now, currently, after last boxing, it's been 12 days now. I'm still sore.
Okay.
I'm still sore, and it's not normal. Like, am I taking too much minerals or vitamins? No, it doesn't look like it. Well, luckily there is a person in my life who goes through the same ordeal.
Okay.
And the symptoms are just right on. So I'm like, okay, it's gotta be nervous system, because the consumption, the diet, and the vitamins are different. Yet, since symptoms are the same, it's gotta be nervous system. Okay, we'll live through it. Yeah, so I'm in recovery phase, and my plan is, go ahead.
My feeling with the soul plan is that all of these things will come as needed for you to grow. I see. One thing that I definitely see with you, without doubt, it seems to be that your soul plan has kind of like this. I feel like a linear progress, and nothing stale, because a lot of people have like this stale soul plan where not much is happening. With you, I see like a steady growth in spirituality and recognition, and it seems to have like a very clear trajectory. So I think, just like you said, that after a while, when after the drinking, the nervous system resets and everything, anything can happen. The Kundalini reawakening, everything can happen. And I think that what I feel is, and I think I'm coming to now what's part of your soul plan is kind of like opening up yourself even more to be open to all the spiritual options that are out there. And I think I could imagine that the best way, I mean, I cannot say what you should do, or I cannot predict, but it's because you in your soul plan make the decision, but it's kind of like opening up yourself even more to all the options that are out there. And one way could be traveling, but it could also be just going to more courses, like yoga courses, or reading more, whatever. But like really, I see it like flowering up, kind of like, how the lotus flower over the head when the crown chakra opens, the visual thing. It feels like everything in your life seems to be pointing in that direction, that then it blossoms like this lotus flower.
It could be, when I realized the ADD thing, I'm like, hey, how come? I've read so much stuff. I mean, I read a lot of information. I don't know why, but like, how come this was escaping my attention for such a long time, all my life, pretty much, you know? Like at the age of 13, I read the whole doctor's encyclopedia. Well, I became interested in girls. I'm like, hey, how about the sexual transmitted diseases? Let's read that.
Right.
And after all, got intrigued and pretty much read the whole book. I kind of left the cancer alone, but that was interesting.
It sounds really like you have a lot of Kundalini energy, and that powered your libido energy, and that powered the boxing, the sports, that powered your intellectual drive. So it's literally just letting this energy run. And I would I think that whatever you do, be it traveling or Kundalini yoga or anything that allows this to like fully open up.
Well, Kundalini yoga, you mentioned, that's what I started with. Now it's more Hatha yoga. No, it's both Hatha and Kundalini. Kundalini yoga, apparently to awaken the Kundalini, but people who do the Kundalini yoga don't really have an idea what this energy is. And,
because you have that energy.
I know the intensity of it and how it introduces. Oh boy, you're a Tantra master. So you might have an idea of what.
Have you heard about energy orgasm, giving orgasm without touching?
No, but I've experienced like 5 minutes long orgasm that just
so there is energy orgasm. If you put it in YouTube, there's a lot of stuff that comes out where it's being shown. I also did it once with my ex-girlfriend. Basically, you can influence the energy field of the other to open up all the nadis, the energy channels, and then the woman experiences this orgasm, and without touching. And there is a guy who does something similar. He teaches it to others. He calls it Kundalini Awakening Process, KAP.
What's his name?
It's I think it's a Asian name, but I don't remember. If you put in Kundalini Awakening Process or KAP, it should start to pop up. Maybe if you write it down, Kundalini Awakening Process. And
actually, I know what it is. As a matter of fact, I bought the course. And I've looked. It's at Leo. What's his last name? Leo.
Maybe one.
Teacher there. Leo Semkop, I think.
And he taught.
Anyway.
Okay, he taught a lot of people already that are already doing it all over the world, and it's I don't know if he's the best teacher or something. I cannot tell, but I know what they're doing, and I met also some people in Portugal who are doing this, and I think that I'm not saying like necessarily specifically that, but I feel like there's somehow. You have this capability, like you say, you know what the energy is like because you have that powerful energy in you. And I feel, or you used to, I think, and I'm being super honest and starting to read your soul plan, I think the intellectual part of programming is, in comparison to the spiritual and soul plan, the programming is a waste of time. Not in terms of money, okay? Not in terms of money. Yeah, that's a good job. But I mean, like, your soul plan has this built-in kind of, like I said, this linear spiritual progress. And by doing anything that's not aligned with that, you're kind of, in your soul plan, in quotation mark, wasting time.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, one thing that I wanted to add to what you said. Oh boy, so many thoughts. Yeah, never mind.
But how do you? Let's.
You're right. You see, most of the big thing was the alcohol.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
Yeah, I start looking at that Kundalini awakening. I'm like, you gotta stop drinking, otherwise you're messing up. But basically, the first thing that alcohol touches the nervous system.
Yes, and every yogi says, and I feel it also in my sensitive system, alcohol fucks up your whole energy system.
Yeah. Nervous system goes haywire. And so I looked at it again. I applied experience with yoga, and I knew it. It's like, start quitting before you get into this at all. It's serious. If you have a tractor or truck, it's great, but if you don't have
I understand.
a driveway that would support it, it's a different story.
Yes.
Foundation needs to be there.
Yes.
To build a house. And so now that happened. Now, what I wanted to add, when I realized the ADD diagnosis, I'm like, why didn't I realize it 10, 20 years ago? The drinking thing would be over. It'd be. I basically drank off my life. Software engineer is just so much stress, and obviously achievement not again ADD. The first thing that you can say, what ADD? It's underachievers. It's intellectually not necessarily, but most often the intellect does not reflect the achievement. Actually, it's underachievers. Why? Again, it's when the thing comes to action. That's where the issue comes with the dopamine. Anyway, but the thing was, then later on, I'm like, well, all my life I've been trying to what do we want for life? To feel good and not to feel bad, right? And making money is good, but that's not the end point, right?
Right.
It's good to make money so that you have enough. What extra do you need, especially after certain age? The thing is, but then I realized, well, if I realized this before, my finding, my searching would probably not ended, but slow down a lot. Yet I still frantically search how to make myself feel better. That includes the diet, the blending, the green smoothies, the exercise, blah. If I start going on
and that's where the fight is, and I understand this. This is why I'm trying. Okay, I understand.
But now I have more. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No.
But I'm just finishing up my thought. But now with all this suffering, I do have more knowledge about the things, and yes, I'm in a better position to be a coach of some kind because I struggled so much myself.
Yeah,
you see what I mean? So it's a blessing in disguise type of deal.
I understand. I think for me it becomes now much clearer. So I think the soul plan is understanding that your ADHD is a gift. This energy is a gift. And that you direct this energy towards completely, without doubt, to the flourishing of this energy through the different modalities like Kundalini yoga, the Bija mantras that I was talking about, and even the fact that you already did things like Isha Foundation and the other things that you talk about, they all point to this direction. So it's not something that somebody pushed you from the outside, but you yourself found yourself in this direction. So basically, if you not wanting to know your soul plan, I can reflect back to you. It's just basically, it's like with every person, it's in fact quite simple once you see it. And for me, with you, it's just putting all of this energy into the spiritual growth. because you've already been going in this direction. Now you manage the alcohol, so now basically the sky is the limit in that sense. And so what I think what is important to understand is that this energy is just like you said. It's a very powerful car in the garage, okay, and now you kind of will lay the foundation spiritually to be able to manage it. And for that, you have to continuously learn in the spiritual realm, whatever is out there. And I think, in a way, if it were either through workshops or through international traveling or whatever, you have to decide on that. But there's, courses all over the world, because I feel like you're not going to solve this with diet, and you're not going to solve it with a job or intellectual interest. You must solve it with the actual practical exercises. But I think you know that. I think you feel that. And I think the question of your soul plan is just making the decision in that direction.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe shooting some videos of yoga, simple yoga, but I think it's very quick, easy, and powerful.
Sure.
But I don't know. There is some kind of shyness. Me and a camera, really.
I think. Why would you show it? Why would you show it? Because you want to make money, or because what would be the reason?
Yeah, I guess help people.
Help people.
I felt better after it, Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah. No, I think what you kind of you're talking about being a trainer, right?
What I'm talking about is
coach.
Okay.
Like for
maybe I'm not so good at explaining what I'm feeling.
I think you're absolutely right. Like, for instance, I decided to do the barbell training for strength purposes, and I looked at the prices. You can hire a trainer for $40 for 30 minutes, or you can buy a $30 book, and in a month you can become a trainer yourself.
Right.
That's a trainer's book. So yeah, well, couple of months, but I haven't got my license, but yeah, technically I could train, say, barbell training.
Yes,
and I would enjoy
but I'm talking
boxing,
specifically.
everything.
I'm talking specifically about the spiritual path.
Spiritual. That's the main thing, the spiritual.
I mean,
part.
it's not
physical is very important as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. You can do this on the side. You can but it needs to be supported. In my view, it needs to be supported by the spiritual growth. I feel like you're getting ready, or your soul plan has brought you to this point where you getting ready for bigger spiritual growth, in terms of like managing and channeling. This is the word. This is what I've been looking for, the word channeling the energy. And from there, everything else comes. Being a trainer, be it, whatever trainer it is that comes out of there. But I feel like there's something like that in your soul plan that it needs just one kind of like spiritual opening. Maybe the bija mantras are it. Maybe, a Kundalini workshop is it, from somebody who's very experienced or something. Because I feel like, or something that you read, that you try. I mean, definitely try the bija mantras, because I feel like there is something that will happen in the near future that will like bring you into, like, open these energies in order then to teach it. But I cannot see like what exactly it's gonna be. I would try the bija mantras, but I also feel like if you were to travel in kind of like a spiritual travel, that you would gain more of this kind of experience and knowledge.
Yeah, well, most likely, definitely. I'm being alone lately, and that might be not a bad thing. I've finally noticing that being in the now is fun. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
just the struggle. It's becoming fun, and I'm like, woohoo, let's go. Actually, after we set up the our conversation, our appointment, my mind went off. Of course, I'm like, okay, now it's going. What am I gonna talk about? I should not talk too much. The time is limited.
No, it's fine.
Not to carry it away, being in and out. But I found that after setting up this appointment, I'm like, okay, now being in and out is harder because I keep falling asleep, as I call it, right? It's if you're having a conversation inside of your head, it's a form of sleep. Useless. Well, I don't have to tell you that.
One thing is very cool, that I see with you a clear trajectory which will continue. No matter what we talk about right now, it will continue and it will improve. This is for me very, very clear. So it is interesting that you actually, I felt it's interesting that you wanted to know your soul plan, because for me it's kind of very, like I said, very linear. So it doesn't seem like I wonder where the doubt is, so to speak.
I forgot the word for it. It seems like I'm type of person that I need a company. Okay, I have a bunch of plans, but I need a company to go ahead with it. Yet, like say, most of my endeavors, even though I'm introverted, but I have a lot of friends, or I had a lot of friends, let's put it this way. It's like, hey, how about this idea? Let's do this, and that. Not too hard. How about that? Yeah, well, why don't you start? And as soon as you start making money, I'll jump aboard. Oh, really? Yeah, thank you. It's a good plan.
Yeah.
But that's what I seem to be hitting. And I don't know if it's, I definitely feel that something above, or not above, around me, but something spiritual is guiding my life. And
because your life,
don't do it.
Your life, the way the soul plan that I feel, that everything you've told me so far, it has nothing or very much little to do with finances. It has to do with the energy that you have since childhood. That's the core part. And this core part needs to be how do you say, not only considered, but it needs to be utilized, kind of. Yeah. And so I don't see give me a moment. I don't necessarily see the like business projects as the means to do that. I see it more as the spiritual exercises, the means to do that.
You are right about the financial thing, Yodi. It interested me only in a sense that it removes me from the worry, financial worry. That's what I'm after.
Right.
So, for instance, let's say if I were in a position of Musk or something, that doesn't matter. Like I look at the people. Oh, he made a financial success. I'm like, dude, if I had a couple of millions of dollars, I mean, it's obviously enough, or even less, whatever. It's enough for my life. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Right.
That's all. There is no worry that my family or whatever gonna go under the bridge, and it's my responsibility. If I have to go under the bridge, it's fine. But yeah, financial stuff, obviously, I like toys. But no, financial stuff is interesting to me only to be secure. I don't need fancy stuff. I'm not a saver. Money is just a way to to make life interesting, and yeah,
I think I
not
can.
not.
I
I don't think I'm gonna be a rich man, but whatever.
I think I can read the soul plan now. I think it has to do with learning to understand, and it might still take some time. I don't know, or if maybe it will happen immediately. I think it has to do with understanding that this energy that has been given to you is used for spiritual, let's call it exploration, for spiritual understanding and exploration. And I think that the learning part for your soul is understanding that you will not find that anywhere else. So whichever way you go, and I think that managing that, that it really trickles through, that it really comes through, that you understand, okay, this I need to go the spiritual way in order to utilize this energy to maximum. I think that's your soul plan, to learn in life to direct this energy direction spirituality.
Yeah, that sounds
because
sounds right. You know,
to me it sounds
it's good.
Yeah, sorry, to me it sounds the environment that you are in right now, or the that you've been living in, it pulls you in different directions, and it pulls you also, I don't want to say away, but it like it gives you too many options, and it feels like the reducing the options to the spiritual options would catapult you forward.
That's my direction right now. It's funny that you mention is that I concentrate more right now, just being now, just be.
Yes.
Just me here, no labeling, and I think that's the big thing for me. Like we're talking about, yeah, I give a bunch of advice and just ask me about anything. I'll be there. Well, no, health wise, yeah, how to feel better. But it's like, how do I talk about spiritual stuff if I'm not enlightened myself? If I fall asleep all the time, right? How do I teach yoga if I don't consider myself a yoga master? Although there are different types of yoga, and certain, say, physical and light mental exercises, imagination, developing just a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it would be helpful to a lot of people.
So
some people are, especially I noticed that, found my woosy voice. I don't like it myself, especially when I hear it on recording.
I think you have a good voice.
Thank you, but I hate it myself. But I've noticed that, especially girls, ladies, they kind of get the high out of it. It just doesn't matter what I talk about. They just listen and get into this calm, peaceful state. I'm like, what the heck is that? I could talk about some dog from the childhood, nothing important or interesting, really. So that's something particular too. I guess somebody find my voice. Anyway, so you know, it's you are confirming my thoughts, except that, again, to me, even now, it sounds like a bit of a who the heck are you? You know? But at the same time, I do feel a bunch of potential. Boy, oh boy, I could help people who are interested. A lot of times, hey, do this. You will be amazed how much your life will change. But not.
This is my position is not to tell you what you should do. I'm just trying to show you.
Just advice.
Yeah, I'm just no. The soul plan. You're okay. I'm gonna try to say it in 2 sentences, and then I explain what I mean by that. So, your soul plan is learning to integrate this energy into spiritual growth. and to more narrowly focus only on spiritual growth, because by that everything else comes. All of the whatever training you will do with people, whatever you will help with people, and it shows also that in everything that you've been doing, this kind of shows, to me at least. And I think that something in you is still kind of resisting the idea that it needs to be about your growth first, because I often hear from your side, so like okay, teach people that, show people that, but it's like almost as if you don't want to integrate more. I mean, you've said it just now a little bit, but it's like it needs to be like how do you say, like a firm decision. Okay, not that I want it from you, I'm just saying this is how I read your soul plan. It's like, instead of focusing on the outside, only focusing on the inside, and then everything else comes. And you said this already a little bit when you said like to stay in the now. And but I also feel that the energy for you is a little bit too strong, kind of, in order to not do anything. Be like sitting like Ramana, for example, just, you know. Yeah.
I mean, heck, if I get into the into the bus, I can sit hours. It's yeah. I mean, it happened twice, but yeah, I never forget it, obviously. Yeah, but well, it sounds good. However, I don't think it's gonna last more. Yeah, I'm kind of hyper, and yeah, it's one of those things. Again, like, I would advise my friend, hey, why don't you read Easy Way to Quit Smoking, Smoking Friend? Well, what the heck are you advising? You're smoking yourself. You know? And the same thing, hey, why don't you meditate? Do you meditate regularly? No. Well, you know, go do it yourself before you advise, type of deal.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. That I would let go of that idea, and the reason is this: because everybody has a different soul plan. So for one person it might be the Ramana way, for another is Mooji way, for another is this Elon Musk way, and each one is in their soul plan. So you cannot, and this is something I learned through reading the soul plans, you cannot compare two people. So even if I gave you advice, it doesn't mean I need to follow my own advice. Because for me, for example, I'm the spiritual observer. That's my soul plan. I really don't have any plan to you know, to be world famous or something. It's not in my plan. And it's also not in my plan that I necessarily need to help others. For me, the important thing is I need to observe. That's all I need to do. And for you, I feel it's opening up this energy. And so when I tell you open up this energy, I don't need to do it because it's not in my soul plan. But whether you accept it or not, or whether you fight with it, or whatever way it's gonna go, that's completely up to you. But I think no matter, this is what I said before, I think no matter where this conversation goes, I think just the reflection already does something, and I think that the trajectory is very clear anyway. I don't see how, I don't see in your soul plan, I don't see how a major switch into something is gonna happen that would bring you out of this kind of like trajectory. I don't know how to say it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like you're like on a train track, and this train track is going in a specific direction, and I feel like for you it's going in that spiritual direction no matter what you do. I think you said it even before in one of the sentences. You said something like what was it? It was exactly to this that you're like being led by a higher force?
Well, I feel like something is leading me.
Yes.
I do get this feeling, this strong feeling.
And this I feel also. I feel like even before you said this, I could feel like, that's why I said linear, but it's more like a train track that's going in one direction. So
yeah, something.
I think the best thing that I could at this point give for you is outside of reading the soul plan, is the Bija mantras. Because if you have never done them, it might be very interesting.
Well, I've again from the Isha, the Om is a mantra,
right?
And yeah, it's very powerful if you do it correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it reverberates. It's noticeable, definitely. So yeah, I'd looking forward if you send me a couple of links, definitely do them.
Okay, fantastic. I'll send you the Bija mantra thing. So I think I feel like, okay, I'm gonna be super honest. Like, I feel even if I tell you your soul plan, I feel it's not gonna change the train track. So I think it's just let it run. You're going fantastic. And just the fact that you've fixed the alcohol problem and healed it is a major thing. And I think that
yeah, it's a major thing for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, it's can there
hold me back for a big time, definitely.
Yeah. And so I think this is my original question. What is the worry, or what is the doubt? Because I think it's so clear, this train track, that there should be absolutely no doubt in this. So you're kind of being led, and this being led is fantastic.
Yeah, it's like opening up to the universe. Let it take the course.
Yes.
And, that's a big thing. I feel it intuitively. That's the way to go. But at the same time, right? It's almost 3 years since I quit my job.
Mm-hmm.
It was way too messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Just not good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sold Tesla stocks, and I'm still here, but I'm almost 3 years without work. So I think it's a good opportunity for me to kind of spend more time with myself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, financial thing will have to happen sometime soon.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, yeah, otherwise I'd be, yeah. So financial part, yeah, is there definitely. Will have to be done something without it. Maybe get a contract. For some reason, lately, all of the offers or opportunities, they're like full time. Well, how about a contract?
Yeah.
Just a shorter. It's like let's date, and getting married is a different thing.
Have you considered? Have you considered just something completely out of the reading? Something like Code Mentor, where you do like very short assignments where you get paid. For example, Code Mentor, you pick. I don't know if they still exist. They used to have, like, for example, you have a problem, and you look at it. If you're a good programmer, you usually fix it within 15 minutes, 13 minutes or something. And then you immediately get paid for this type of work.
That could be a thing.
Yeah, take a look. It's better than these things like freelancer, because it's very, very short. It's like somebody has a software and they have a problem, they don't know why, and you go in, you fix it, you get paid, and usually get paid very well because they want to fix it as quickly as possible. And nobody else can do it, and then you make money this way. I used to do it for a while. It was very good.
Oh yeah, that's something to try.
Yeah.
Although another thing that is huge, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and even though it's getting off our topic here,
Mm-hmm.
but Chat GTP.
Of
Boy,
course.
oh boy! This is big.
Yeah.
And another thing about it, being a developer, being a software engineer, with this thing, it's completely changes the cards in your hands.
Absolutely.
And it's like
I had something. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna finish the recording now and
yes, let's
stay
start
on the phone.
offline.
Yeah, stay on the phone. But I'm gonna finish it like this. Okay. I believe.
Great.
Okay.
You confirm my suspicions. That's for sure.
Okay.
It feels good.
Okay. But I'm gonna try to give it like a summary of how I read your soul plan. You've come into this world as a soul with this specific energy. It's very unique to you in the sense that you have to learn how to deal with it. So you did various things in your life, and you did also a lot of spiritual growth, and some of it, like I said before, some of it was more constructive, some a little bit destructive, because you were kind of like figuring this thing out. And now, after a certain amount that your body turned around the sun, you managed how to get rid of the destructive things, and you learned you got the information by the universe. It wasn't really that you needed to go for outside help, but you auto-deducted your own help. You basically learned how to get out of this yourself. So you're basically receiving this information by the universe already. It's literally like this train track that is throwing you the gold nuggets directly into your train. And I think the soul plan is just learning to accept and integrate this energy into your next spiritual growth. I think that's literally it. And not get too distracted by the normal things like the financial things or anything that's too 3D, that's too worldly. Not get too distracted by it, and understand that all progress comes from this spiritual utilizing this energy. And I'm gonna send you like 2 or 3 videos which show you the things that we were talking about that you did that were new for you, and maybe then you say like, oh, this is interesting, I want to go in this direction also.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, and thank you very much, Boris.